Welcome to the Mental Funny Bone, a podcast where we strive to create a safe and entertaining space where listeners can explore mental health topics, find solace, and enjoy laughter. This podcast aims to destigmatize mental health discussions and empower individuals to approach their own well being with humor and openness. I'm Sarah.
I'm Christine, and I am not a mental health professional. Neither is my sister. I would guess that there may be like 3 or 4 of you guys out there are medical professionals. Thank you for your service, really. Sarah and I go to mental health professionals. I sometimes I've been skipping my appointments, which is something we'll probably touch on later in this episode because Sarah is really very much against me skipping the therapy appointments, even though I'm fine. She's shaking her head. She's also drinking something. So when she's done swallowing whatever she has in her mouth,
Please don't say Swallow. So my buddy at work, he has a friend whose last name is Swallow. Dr.
don't stop
Swallows.
talking about it. Stop.
Why? It's the best. He had to change his shit for Facebook because Facebook wouldn't let him put his name on it as with the last name Swallows. But my favorite story is that he got married and his wife actually changed her last name. Like it would be like me changing my last name to Swallows and my name would be Sarah Swallows. And then you have daughters and your daughters have that last name.
No,
This is not
they
a good
should get
idea.
to pick. They should get
It's not a good idea. In that case, the man takes your name. Okay.
Right. We're saving everybody here.
Anyway, you should never skip your mental health appointments with your therapist, your psychiatrists,
Really
whatever.
shouldn't.
Any doctor's appointments, actually, you shouldn't skip or put off because all of that stuff when it comes to health is good. It's
important.
good stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
we like it. And there's a thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, you're all done. I'm going to talk. So I had put off the going to actually see the psychiatrist for so long that they were like, you have to come in and talk to her face to face or we can't renew your medication. I was like,
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
it's bad.
That's a good way to get me into the office for sure. And,
Yeah, I don't think it's like not a law. It probably is a law, but I feel like that's a good way to get people in the office.
it's
Here's
nice
your
for us to,
drugs.
it's nice for us to touch base. I haven't
Mhm.
seen you in a while. I love your shoes. And I was like, oh my God, girl, they're Rothy's. And she was like, yeah, they are. Yeah,
I
they
like
are.
how you say that. Girl, they're Rothy.
Right.
What says I'm a mom more than Rothy's?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
I'm with you. Rothy's, I fucking love the Rothy's, and I wish I had as many Rothy's as you do. I'm very jealous of your Rothy's collection.
It is one of the joys of my life to go into the Rothy store and be like, I'll have this one, except for I don't want the pointy toed one. I want the kind of rounded toe one.
Yeah.
And I would like it with a double strap for the Mary Jane
Yeah.
instead of just a single strap.
I'd like a little bit of toe cleavage. Like if we could make
Like
that
a little bit,
happen,
yeah.
that would be really great. Yeah, I
Toe
also
cleavage.
really actually would love to be a fly on the wall and listen to you say to anyone at any time about anything, hey girl.
Hey,
Hey
girl.
girl.
No, it doesn't even come out like that because it comes out like I read epic fantasy novels and I'm trying to
Hey
fit
girl.
in book club. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. No, it just doesn't. It doesn't sound right.
No.
It sounds like I'm on the sidelines at a soccer game trying to fit in with the other moms. That's what
Yeah.
it comes out like.
Yeah, just continue to tell stories within it though, because I think it adds something to it, but don't actually do it like in a real life situation.
My psychiatrist was like, she gave me like a little open-eyed kind of look when I said girl. She was like, oh,
Girl.
that's okay. All right.
Interesting. Just so everybody knows, this is how this episode is going to go. The entire episode is going to be like this. So if you
Right.
are annoyed at how we're all over the place already, you should just stop the episode
Buckle
and
up.
move on to the next one.
Buckle up,
There's your warning.
friends. So anyway, I get to, and she files away the suburban soccer mom girl in her file folder. I can hear it happening. And then she's, and we should probably talk about your anxiety. And I was like, my what now? Because you have to, I don't know if you do it, but when I sit down, they give me a paper to fill out. And oddly enough, for this appointment, I was a little bit distracted. So I'm just whizzing through it. I'm like, yes, I do feel overwhelmed. Yes, I do have racing thoughts. I have ADHD. Yes. It's a little different from the last time, and we should probably talk about how much that's telling me about your anxiety. And I was like, I have to be out of here in 15 minutes because I have to do a meeting in your parking lot. And she was like, oh, she's sit down, have a seat. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion. And I was
Mhm.
like, I wish my sister were here because she would like to eavesdrop on this discussion, I would bet,
Mhm.
because I have been doing the same shit to her for a month now.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
she's like, how much are you sleeping? I'm like, I remember sleeping. It seemed nice when it was happening. So she was like, I know you seem uncomfortable talking about the anxiety. So how about we just ease into it? I'm going to give you some medication that it might help like tone it down a little bit. She also took my blood pressure and I was like, I don't know if you should trust that one because I am really like I was in a hurry to get here. She was like, that's what your blood pressure is. It's a response to all of that. So
Yeah, it seems right.
it's fun that I think I know more. I was like, I wouldn't pay attention to these things that I'm telling you. I wouldn't pay attention to the machine that just told you I'm an anxious mess. I wouldn't let me tell you I'm
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah.
And she was like, great.
Because
So
yeah, if you keep saying it, you will be fine. I
I'm fine.
think that's what you have going on because that's what you keep telling me. Actually, no, we keep determining that you're not fine, but then you keep coming back to I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'll say one more time,
I'm
you're
fine.
not fine. You might be
I,
fine. I feel like your relationship with work is not fine.
this is probably accurate, but also something that I'm aware of and working
Just
on.
be
I'm aware of it.
okay, I was going to say you went a little too far with the working on.
I'm
Aware of
aware
it,
of
I think
it.
is where we've gotten to. Working on because
It's
it's 7:24 p.m. and I just had to instruct you to close whatever application it is that allowing work to bother you. And I like the fact that you picked up your cell phone just now and you were going to look at it. Oh,
fuck
Rubik's cube.
you.
Okay,
Piss off. Fuck off. It is
good.
my emotional support Rubik's Cube.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Fuck
Anyway,
off. Anyway, yes, I'm aware of the problem. I
mhm,
think that's probably one of the first steps because now the problem is starting to, it's an unacceptable problem for me. So it'll eventually get to the point where I'm so aware of the problem that I can't do anything but fix the problem.
yeah, and I was actually just reading about that in the new book that we're going to start. How you typically
Oh,
wait until shit hits the fan before you do anything about it. And we're going to learn how to start being a little more proactive about it.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
And
I
I
think
was
that's
even before reading that, I feel like at this point I would have said, do you think that's a really good idea? Like you literally just said what's going to happen. So do you
I,
think it's a great idea just to sit back and wait until shit implodes and then do something about it? I feel like
well, here's the
if you
thing.
see the car coming at you and you have the time to hit the brakes or swerve, I feel like you should do one of those.
Yeah, yeah. I think the trick is that I'm
I
finally
can't wait.
realizing you're going to this one because it is a place that we can start from for
Okay.
moving forward. I think there's a part of me that really likes having the problem. There's a
Mhm.
part of me that really enjoys this, that
Yeah.
really likes the adrenaline, that likes the staying up, like that likes all of this for some super bizarre reason. And I think until I can talk through like that piece of bullshit, that I will continue complaining about it. Like the alcoholic who is, I really should stop drinking. But you know what
Uh-huh.
I really doing? Going out to bars and having a good time
Drinking.
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like
I
it.
think it has to go back to I love that I've become your psychiatrist or your
Me too.
therapist.
I can't wait to play this for my girl Emily.
Yeah, because I think it goes back to your need to be good at what you do and to be needed.
Yeah, this
And
song.
that's something that hypes you up and that you dig, but it's not good for you. So,
Yes.
yes, yes. Okay. Now
Yeah.
that we
I
figured it
just,
out.
right. Now that's done. Right.
Yeah.
The problem is, it's not like being an alcoholic. Like, there are certain rewards for this behavior that are pleasant. Do you know?
For alcoholics, I bet there are big rewards because because you drink a few drinks, like a bottle of vodka, and you're like, whoo, I don't feel anything anymore. I feel like that's a reward.
I mean, life rewards. I'm not
Oh,
going to hit
okay.
rock bottom working too much. No one is going to come along and be like, hey, just so you know, everyone hates you.
Yeah, but that might happen.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. Now I see.
Everybody might not hate you, but What are you neglecting to get to the
Yeah.
praise that you're looking
Yeah.
for at work?
No, I gotcha. I gotcha. I
Okay.
see it. I see it
Okay.
now. I see the destructive
Mhm.
path, and that it's
Yeah.
not the same as an alcoholic, and yet
No.
not so very different at all.
No, because
S-
I think it hurts relationships.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't pay as
So,
well. That's the other. Well,
yeah.
yeah.
If we found someone, if I could get paid for being an alcoholic,
We, we'd never
talk
see you.
talk about fucking purpose.
That girl hit rock bottom so
She
many
dove head
times.
first.
Wow. She actually hit rock bottom, rented a hole digger, and then dug down. She has a jackhammer in her hand right now. She is recreating rock bottom all the time.
That's not fair.
It isn't
Whatever.
fair, but it is funny.
Eh.
Yes, these are things that will eventually need to be teased
See, and
apart
I'm going to stop
and
you again
with.
because you say eventually.
There's just one little thing. There's just one little reward that I want now. I want to finish this particular piece of work that we're working on that will be done by Friday. And if we can get to that point, then I will be willing. There's one big party left for the alcoholic. Like, I know that you guys are planning an intervention, and I know that's why you invited me over to mom's house. And on my way, I am going to hit every bar just so when I get to the intervention, I'm pretty well loaded up for that ride to rehab.
It better be the last intervention.
So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is I
Because there's
need
a
to go to this
point, there's
last
a point that
party.
the family gets to that they just leave you.
You guys love me.
We do, and we're not going to leave you. We would
I
never
know.
leave you. I feel like what is it? The analogy to the alcoholic has now turned terribly bad, and now
Right.
it hurts my heart because I
But
wouldn't leave you as an alcoholic either.
I
I would
know.
beat you up and shit, but
I would be sad for
we'd have some good fights.
get in the car. We're going to rehab. I don't
Headlocks, it would be great.
biting.
Yeah, okay. So have your party on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And for everybody who's
Coincidentally,
listening, it's Wednesday, so I feel like we can give you 2 more days.
right. I feel like I'm gonna stop and see my dealer.
As long as you're not driving, that's fine.
How I gotta drive to the therapy place.
All
Now we're
right.
mixing up the analogies.
it's-
Yeah, I'll be fine.
We
Yes,
must.
I do recognize that this is unsupportable and not good for me. And
Mhm.
regardless of how many people are going to pat me on the back, it will never be enough to fill whatever kind of thing I'm trying to fill with that sort of praise. Like it'll never be enough to convince me that I'm a worthwhile human being if I can't convince myself of that fact without that praise. So,
Amen. Preach.
yeah, we're working on it here. We're working on it here. So let's talk about while we
You know,
talk about
hold on. I'm gonna stop real
okay.
quick because I have my email up here, my personal email, and it looks like you sent me an invite around 7 o'clock for August 6th.
Oh yeah, eventually. Yeah, Becca, you should have one too. So we're gonna record something apparently on August 6th.
What? I thought it was a record. I thought it was an invite for this recording. And I was
It was
like,
supposed to be.
I just go into the studio thing. Like I don't even need an
I was
invite anymore. I've learned that. We're a year in. Granted, I just learned that 2 recordings ago. But that's what I thought it was. And I opened it up and I was like, August 6th.
sixth. I was here all by
Interesting.
myself, and I thought maybe you guys couldn't get in. So I sent you an invitation for not now.
August 6th at 4 p.m. Not even the right time.
Shut up. The best
I
I
was
can.
I'm
This
thinking,
bitch.
shit.
This
She
bitch.
could barely commit 3 hours ago to this time. And she's trying to send me a fucking meeting invite for August 6th. The hell?
I know I'll be free. I know I'll be free.
This
No
fucking girl.
commitments. This bitch. God damn it. Hey, girl. You got the time wrong.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, wrong time, wrong day, wrong everything.
Stop being wrong.
Okay.
All right. So let's go right from me being wrong into and us having that discussion about how my mental health is potentially getting problematic. And let's talk about how you sent me this video and it hit some sort of nerve
Ooh,
inside of
yeah.
me. And the video was about how we're all pro mental health and we're all pro take care of yourself and we're all about all of this until
Mental health matters. Hashtag, or the hashtag gives first. Whatever.
right something and until it impacts something. So until I'm so like overwhelmed with shit that I can't respond to your text message, so you're like, ugh, what a bitch. or
Mhm.
until I say I want to make plans with you and then I have to cancel them because I have this crippling anxiety that won't let me leave the house. And I think that it is important for us to remember that in our support of mental health, that sometimes it's messy. Like sometimes people who have mental health issues do things that are pretty shitty and pretty fucked up. And you need to separate out the mental health issue from the person and understand that if I'm going to be brave enough to say, hey, I got to go to the psychiatrist during this meeting, then I don't think you get to be surprised when I also then say 3 days later, I need to take a half a day off. That this shouldn't surprise anybody. Like, this shouldn't be weird. And it shouldn't be like, can we really trust her with stuff now? Like, it's a pretty critical time in this project. And she went ahead and fucked off for the entire 4 hours of the afternoon yesterday. It's important that we keep that message alive too. That, yeah, sometimes this gets messy and sometimes it's hard to deal with. And just like other health issues, sometimes it gets in the way of who we are and who we want to be. And we don't intend that to be insulting. And somebody who is missing an arm isn't going to be able to go mountain climbing with you. So when you
I
invite
bet
someone
there's
who has,
someone.
when
There's
you
some
invite,
overachiever out there.
granted, all abilities, all times. There are some people who have crippling social anxiety that aren't going to want to go to that super crowded concert with you.
Yeah.
And it's not anything to do with you and it's not anything to do with their disability. It's just that's just too much for them. And there are some
Yeah,
people with
and
crippling social anxiety who will go. But
most, at least in my own experience, I don't want to be that way.
I don't.
I'm not like, hey, you know what would be awesome is if all my friends got to go to this really fun concert of this really awesome band that I totally love, and I couldn't because I couldn't handle being around that many people. We
Oh,
don't
you know
want
what? I
that.
exactly, exactly.
We don't want to
Nobody.
be so sad that we can't talk to you and
I
pick up
don't.
the phone.
I don't want to be so overwhelmed with everything else in my life that looking at your text makes me sad. Because, and it doesn't make me sad because I'm not happy to hear from you. It makes me sad because I don't have the ability right now to process that, put it into my life, even though it feels like I have nothing else going on. These are realities, and sometimes it's not. I think maybe this is it to finish up this topic, like beating a dead horse here, and to segue into what Mel Robbins is peddling, and then I'll be done. I'll be
You're not
done.
allowed to talk about Mel Robbins. Go ahead.
That's it. Sometimes it's messy.
Yeah. And it can't just be until it's something that matters, and it matters all the time. And if we're going to help each other, we have to be a little patient with each other. And just like I said a little while ago, if you were an alcoholic, I wouldn't leave you. I
I
won't
know.
leave you because of your mental health either.
I know. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Not as
Okay.
actively as I should, but I'm working on it.
Here's something that you might want to leave me for, though. I've noticed this in the past few recordings and maybe in the past like few weeks and pictures I see of myself. I feel like I have a lazy eye or a lazy eyelid, or this eye seems to be smaller than this eye. Do you see what I speak of?
I think it's your eyelashes.
I don't, but look at that. This is a different shape. Like, when did this happen? I don't feel that,
Everybody's eyes are like that. Look at
but to this
Becca's.
extreme, like, I feel like I'm completely lopsided.
I mean, now that you point it out, it might be a little bit more than I.
It's like Quasimodo status. And I
Oh
don't
my
even have
god.
a sty.
Are you having a stroke?
That's what I noticed it in a picture a few weeks ago, and I was like, Jesus, what the fuck is happening to my eye? And then I just now was like, wait a second, that eye's doing that thing again. I don't know if it's doing something or if that's just the way it always is.
You know what can fix it? Botox. I'm sure of it.
Me don't even know.
Or you make an appointment with an actual doctor.
Ah,
Ah.
nah. Botox
Becca,
ladies.
Becca, I'm just going to note that 20 minutes ago, I think we've marked where she was like, "Oh, it's important you don't miss any of your appointments." So,
It's important that I
Becca's
don't miss my
nodding.
doctor, my Botox doctor appointment.
Not Botox. Go to the real doctor, dummy.
Oh yeah, I have those appointments all the time.
Go to the eye doctor or go to the brain
I'm
doctor.
going, let's see, the eye doctor's in June. I just checked because I need some new
That is
glasses.
1, 2, 3. That's 3 months away. Do you
Yeah,
remember
I'm one
my
of those
college
people
friend?
who who plans those in advance.
Oh, I just show up. Do you remember my college friend who ended up with a brain tumor after being at the eye doctor?
No. All right. So that's enough about my eyeball. I'll consult with someone about it tomorrow. I don't know. I have to take my car to get my tires looked at tomorrow. Maybe they'll know what's wrong with my
Ask the
eyes.
mechanic. He'll know.
Hey, so while we're at it, can you tell me why this? Anyway,
Hey, thanks for rotating my tires. Can you look at my face?
yeah. So that'll be fun. I can't wait to do that. We have that, and then the air conditioning guy or the heating guy. I think whatever the furnace people are.
HVAC guy.
Yeah, the HVAC people are coming. And I get anxious when that guy comes to the house because he wants to like talk and hang out.
You work at home. Of course, you're there for him to talk and hang out.
And I'm like, dude, I don't, no, nope. And then I play the dumb wife. I'm like, you're going to have to call my husband. You're going to
Yeah,
have to
I don't
call
have
my
time for you.
husband. You're going to have to call my husband.
That's one reason
right.
to get married, Becca. Just FYI.
Yeah, just to blame someone else or send the annoying people to the other person.
100%.
Okay, so let's talk about Friday.
Yay! Oh, we had so much fun. Oh, you guys missed it.
Yeah. And for
Not
you that
all of
didn't
you
miss
missed
it
it.
and were there, thank you so much for coming out. We had a blast. I love that bar. So I don't know if Charlie will ever listen to podcasts, but I do love that bar. I wish it wasn't 30 minutes away from me.
Me too.
But the bar is nice. We did a green tea shot, which is the
There's
first time
video
I've
of that.
ever done one of those. And that bartender was cute. The
Yeah,
bartender
he
was
was.
adorable.
Mhm.
And
Really young.
yeah,
Like they're letting anyone bartend these days. Like all the bartenders are really young.
like 30. Fuck. Somebody said something today on a meeting about being 50. And I was like,
Bitch,
yikes.
please.
I am literally now only 3 years away from that. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible to be 3 years away from 50.
Oh, well, you're 52.
1.
I was waiting for
4.
it. Okay. Yes. So thank you for everybody. It was a wonderful weekend I had. Friday, we got to celebrate the mental funny bone and us doing this for a year, and we're figuring it out. And the walkers showed up. Bobby and Lori showed up. And then on Sunday, Bobby took a picture of the podcast. He was listening to it in the car. So that was awesome. They just showed up because they're great friends. And Bobby had never listened to the podcast. So we chatted.
Yay!
And now he's listening to it. I
Love
did
it.
tell him to listen to the Jig's Butthole episode and the Pope
It's the
episode.
best.
Those are my 2 favorites.
It's the best one.
I think those are the 2 that I did my most crying because of laughing.
We'd like to hear from you guys. If you could hit us up at gastergirls@gmail.com and tell us what your favorite episode was. I'm interested in that. I would like to know. I would like to know.
I would like to know too. And while we're on that,
And why is it your favorite episode? Is it because I'm funnier than Sarah?
Never. No.
No.
Or is it just because we talked about Jigs' butthole and just because saying Jigs' butthole is funny? Or
It'll never
we talked
not
about
be funny.
Or we talked about the thing that carries the Pope around.
The Pope's rickshaw.
I have to tell you, nothing delights me more than listening to our own podcast in the car and crying as I'm laughing.
We should do it. Thank you guys for listening. We do really appreciate it. But if you didn't, we would just listen to these over and over again.
We'd have a bazillion downloads because it would just be us downloading it over and over and over again. Yeah, and I rewind it and listen to things again because they're so funny.
It's hilarious. This podcast is hilarious.
There
All right.
you go. Yeah. So tell us what episodes you like. And along those same lines, we would also like to ask you for some input. We have spent a year talking about ourselves and doing good things
Nothing
for our
wrong with that.
mental well-being, which is fine. And we'll continue to do that. We're not going to stop doing that. But we would also like you guys to shoot us an email and let us know things that you want to talk about. And we can start venturing into different material.
Yes, I think that would be fun. Anyway, Gaster Girls, Gaster Girls, GIRLS at gmail.com.
Well done. Well done. I like that.
Thank you.
So then I guess we'll take that and go into material. Or no, you have a Gaster story.
I wanted to talk just very briefly about our adventures at Olan Mills.
Yes. I believe that Becca does not know what Olan Mills is.
Becca, I am so sorry for you and your generation of children.
While
Um,
you're doing this, I'm going to go on the Facebook and try to find the Olan Mills picture that you posted, Christine, and send it to Becca. So go ahead and
See
continue.
if you could find not only the one where I am holding you as a baby,
But
like you
the one where
are
you're in the background, shadowed
right,
in the back.
where I am shadowed. Like Olin Mills, Becca, back in the day was a way that you could tell your children without
Which
saying it
one?
out loud
Which one
which
was
one
your
you loved
favorite?
more. Because
100%.
what they would do, Olin Mills was a photography studio, and you would take your children there and they would pose them in weird and bizarre ways with weird and bizarre backgrounds. I'm sure you have seen these pictures on the internet. Like there would be a meadow, and in front of this picture of a meadow is a fake fence, and then there would be like a dad with a mullet and a goth mom and three weird kids in these pictures. So there was an Olin Mills in Southland Shopping Center.
Hmm.
So
Behind the Old Country Buffet, or what was that? Is that what that was called?
yes, I think
Old Country
before it
Buffet?
was the Old Country Buffet.
It may have been the Olin Mills.
But it was like tucked in the back. So
Hmm.
your mom had to drag you out of the car and try to get you from the parking lot to the studio without getting dirty. And for me, it was impossible. Like I would pick up dirt faster than Roomba. And she would braid my hair and do it all nice. And by the time I got inside, there'd be like four hairs all over. And then Sarah would turn up like a little beautiful blonde afroed
When
angel.
when did she ever do anybody's hair? I
There
now
were
feel like I
braids.
have to find my school pictures because there was
There
never the hair in every one of my school pictures is hideous.
There were braids. I'll show you the school picture. The school pictures were bad, Becca, because we were out of her control for a long period of time before they took the pictures. I feel like every Gaster story, I'm just telling it directly to Becca these days.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fine.
just to
It's
explain
fine.
to her, like, the life of Olin Mills. Yeah, like we had my mom would put I had piggy tails, like one on each side. And back in the day, they had these giant chunks of yarn, and you would just tie a giant chunk of yarn in a bow around a child's piggy tails, and you would call that dressed up. And that's how we would get our pictures taken. So cute, so cute. Yeah, but for this one session, I had to be like maybe 8 or 9, and Sarah's maybe 3 or 4. And she looks like
That's just
not
one.
that one.
That's
Not that
just
one.
that this is the example of what my hair looked like in every elementary school picture. This is one of the worst,
So true. Why?
but it was always pulled
Nada.
up like that. And you know what? Now I've learned that's why this is receding. Mhm.
Because your mom was
That
like,
started that shit started in kindergarten. Okay, go ahead. I can't find the Olin
mhm.
Mills one yet, but I found that one.
So Sarah's 8ish. No, I'm 8ish and Sarah's 3 or 4. And she is adorable little blonde, afroed, blue eyed baby. Like
Angel
adorable. She
afro.
looks like
Legit afro.
the hair makes her look like she is wearing a halo all the time.
Right.
All the time. And she appears to just be so quiet, mostly
Here's
because she's shy and afraid of doing things. But there's the one where I'm choking her.
yeah.
I'm grabbing onto the back of that shirt. Look at my hair, Becca.
Yeah, it's terrible.
My mom did her best. And that's what it turned to from the car to the Olin Mills. Is Olin Mills written on that picture? Please tell me it is.
I found it. Yeah, Olin Mills is on this one.
Look at this shit, Becca. Look at it. Look at it.
Oh,
Oh no,
shit.
it went away. Yeah, so I'll just describe the picture. We are both wearing blouses more appropriate for the 40-year-old attorney. My mom has pulled my hair back because it's so unruly. You can clearly see I'm going to need a significant amount of orthodontic care in the near term in this
And
picture.
your
Like
eyes
there's
are crooked.
one tooth is directly straight out, and Sarah's got like poofy sleeves, and her
I love
blouse
that
is
shirt.
nice. It is so real. It is so real. And she's got like little barrettes in. Her little blonde afro looks amazingly done. And she's got her chin, a hand up to her chin. And she's just looking like I'm the prettiest girl that ever existed. And what my mother chose to do is have her in the foreground.
Okay,
And
my
then in
arms
the
are
background,
tired.
I'm like a shadow. You can only see half of my head.
Mhm. Yeah, it was the good half though, and it was the front. I feel like
It's the
maybe
front.
it was. Maybe they should have gone.
One of the sides. And then you would go back, like you wouldn't see them then, like they didn't have proof. So you would have to go back
Yeah, that
This
one's
one
the
I'm
Olan
wearing a
Mills.
terry cloth dress. That dress is made of
Yeah.
terry cloth.
Hmm.
If Becca, I also feel sorry for you because you've never worn anything made of terry cloth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
sad. But that's what my mom picked for me. Sarah's wearing a
Hmm.
little communion dress. She looks like a little princess. I'm
Hmm.
choking her in that picture. Like I'm
Hmm.
pulling as hard as I can on the back of that. Smiling.
I was resilient.
Good thing. So yeah, and then you would go and your mom could pick the picture where you're in the front, or she
This
could
is
pick
the
the one
picture Olivia will talk about later in life. Hey, remember
right.
that picture where mom made us all wear penguin outfits with
Do you
fucking
think
turtlenecks?
do you think it was the mom? Do you think it was the mom? I'll tell you right
I'm
now.
sorry, everybody. You're just gonna have to go to YouTube. Have
You
to go
gotta
to
look at it
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Hmm.
It's so funny. Yeah. And your mom could pick the one where you're in front, Becca, or she could pick the one where your brother Max is in front. And that's how they tell you which one they love more.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm so obsessed with getting praise from people that aren't my parents. I don't know
Neither
why.
do I. That's weird.
Emily,
It's
if you could
really
just listen to this episode, this will save us
strange.
a lot of
It's
time on
really
Friday.
strange. Really strange.
So thank you. I'll send her a note. So that is my experience at Olan Mills. You would get so excited for it because you were like the center of attention,
Hmm.
and the guy would take your so fun.
Hmm.
Olan Mills Day was so fun, and you could almost guarantee that someone would feed you outside of the home,
Yeah. Yeah. We can go to
like
Mickey
because Nita would be
D's.
busy. So we would leave there, which is right by the fast food. We would drive home and we would wait for Jumbo to get home. And then we would have to convince him to spend the $8 it was going to cost to take us all out to eat at McDonald's.
I mean, that shit was expensive.
$8, family
Hmm.
of four. Sarah would only eat chili from
Dude was probably making 15,000 a year.
$8.
Legit.
So there you go. That is our Olin Mills. That is my Olin Mills story. I thought about
Yeah.
it over the weekend and I was like, this I can't believe that we couldn't come up with better hairstyles for the children. I guess there's no
I
YouTube to go to. Nita was
Nobody was
busy.
instructing you. I have made up the memory of
I love it.
standing in the bathroom, our small little bathroom at Similo, and mommy trying to fix my hair, and me, I know, unbelievably not standing still or listening to anything she's saying, and
And
her just
look like an
taking the
angel.
brush and
Oh
hitting me
yeah.
over the head with it
Yeah.
and
No,
saying,
that's
"Fine, you want to look like that's what you look like. Just get out of here." I can see it. That's what I have made up, but I'm not sure
mhm.
I made that up. I'm pretty sure that happened.
I don't know. I don't know. I had sticks in my hair a lot and my hair was long
Yeah,
and
you
my
always
it
had
would
long hair. I always had short hair.
it was supposed to be in like a braid or tied up, or it was supposed to be off my face, tomboy style. In order to get it there, you had to brush it, and it had sticks in it. So Nita would try to get the
Yeah.
brush through. It was wavy straight, and it would just not brush very well. Yeah, I think we both got lumped in the head with the hairbrush a couple of times.
Yeah, and mommy got real into Orphan Annie.
Oh yes, I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't know why this is a hairstyle. She was like, these children
Mhm.
look adorable. We will
Yeah,
get them super tight perms and we will
like
cut
and
all over.
you can see, like, at least like your hair always has some sort of volume or a little bit
Like
of
poof, a little bit
something
of
to it.
curl.
My hair, it's so straight that it's absurd. So the amount of perming that had to happen to get the Orphan Annie hairstyle. You know what? I want our
Amazing.
listeners to share their Olin Mills pictures with us too.
Oh, please do that. Oh, please
Mhm.
send them to gastrogirls@gmail.com.
Even if they're
Please do
not Olin
that.
Mills, like just send us fucked up school
JC Penney.
pictures. Make us know that we're
Oh,
not
we're
alone.
not the only ones. Like,
That's all. We're asking a lot from our listeners. I can't wait to be sad, like in a couple months, in a few weeks when we don't get anything.
gonna be like, come on, guys. The hell.
What the fuck?
Why do you want to disappoint us? We're on the edge already as it is. All right, let's talk about this book.
Okay, before we do that, I have one thing. Let's see. We had two more supporters show up on Buy Me a Coffee, and that's Andrew, my friend Andrea. Thank you for your support, and Lori. Why can't I say her fucking last name?
Lori
Lori
Black.
Black.
Lori Black, who got married to someone. Thank you, Lori.
Oh, for the love. So yeah, that's awesome. And I was really happy. that mommy and daddy got to see people from our past on Friday too. And I thought that was pretty
It was really
awesome
fun.
that they got to catch up with people. And I'm pretty sure they were excited about it too. So
It was adorable. Like
yeah,
all of Friday was adorable.
it was. We had a really good time and we made Nani dance.
Oh my God,
She got
the
wild on the
band.
dance floor.
Can we give a shout out to the band whose name I don't remember? Do you
Old
remember it?
school,
Old
old
School.
school. Hmm.
Oh my goodness. I was sweating.
Yeah. Poison,
Dance.
but poison. Never trust a big butt and a smile. Yeah, they busted out the good shit after you last left, Becca. Hmm.
Sorry, Becca.
Yep.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Did they play
Other
that one?
brothers
I don't
did
even
not.
remember that
Yes.
one.
Yeah. We were walking out.
Oh,
Like we were
okay.
on
Yeah.
our way out. And I was like, wait, it's my theme song.
Yeah, they did my two favorite. They did Ice Baby and Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. So I was very happy with that. I think there was a gentleman on the dance floor that was trying to dance with your mother.
I
Our
don't
mother.
know.
Yeah. It was weird. I'm not sure. I vaguely remember. Anyway, okay. So again, thank you everybody for coming on Friday. We had a ton of fun. Yay.
Yeah. All right.
Can't wait to
Book.
do it
Let's
again
talk
next year. Okay.
about the Switch. I'll be
The Let
quiet. I
Them.
promise.
So the Let Them book, we're going to let them put it back on the shelf. We love it. It's a great book. It really is. And I know that
Lots
it's
of good
very
advice.
popular and please continue to read it, finish it. It's great advice. We are deciding to shut it though and move on to another book. And that is simply because we're feeling as though we're just repeating a lot of stuff. So we have another book we want to get into. The next book is a little more science, which I know my nerd sister loves. And it is called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, which sounds like a stab to the heart, man. How to lose your mind and create a new one. Pick it up, read along with us. We're not starting it today. I did read the introduction, and there were a few things that gave me anxiety. The mention of physics several times.
No,
And I was
it's
like,
awesome.
oh,
It was
fuck.
the only thing that kept me turning the page. I'm like,
Mhm.
tell me more. Tell me
There's
more about
gonna
the quantum structure of my body.
Yes, there's going to be so much that I'm going to have to ask questions about, but so much that I think is really cool. And like talking about studies, and that's really the kind of shit that we want to get into and talk about. And I also think that this one is going to be, as far as us following along and doing what the book is about and following the lessons, I feel like this one's going to be a bit more challenging in a
Yeah,
good way.
I think you're right. I mean, although I like the science part, I enjoy that. There's a lot of stuff in here that is going to take a little bit of me being like, okay, it's based in science. Because I feel like he's going to have to convince me that there's a study that actually says
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
feel like we're getting into. Do you remember when we were reading Dan Harris's book? And he's talking about Eckhart Tolle, and Eckhart
Mhm.
Tolle is like blah 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 blah
Yes.
blah. And
Yes.
immediately I was like, I'm not listening to a fucking thing Eckhart
Mhm.
Tolle says. So I think this guy might be
Yeah.
like same-ish.
And
But
that's what I was getting as I was reading the introduction. I felt like this was one where I was reading the introduction and there was some sciencey stuff that I was like, cool. And then I turned the page and there'd be some shit that I was like, I'm not sure I buy that.
I don't think you can cure cancer just by thinking about it, man.
Yeah. So there's definitely this will be interesting. It will be very
Yeah.
interesting because I think there's a lot of stuff in here that we agree with and think is cool. And there's some stuff that we're probably going to need a little bit of convincing about. So
Right.
I like that part of it.
Yeah.
That will
Yeah.
be a little more challenged. And then the third part of it is all about the meditation practices and how to do. It's a book of 3 parts. So the first 2 is just like the background and all of the stuff we need to know to get into part 3, which part 3 is the how to.
Meditation never tells me I'm doing it right, though. There's very little reward immediately when you're doing meditation. Like, at least if I'm running on a treadmill, I'm getting like a little bit of endorphins, right? Like, me meditating and sitting there and talking to myself about it. I understand that if I keep doing it, the cumulative effect will be that I can potentially change the chemistry in my brain and
Ding,
stop.
ding.
But no one is there. Oh my gosh, Christine, you are so good at meditating. Look at you.
This is the challenge. This is the challenge.
I understand.
So
I'm
yeah,
ready.
so I think this one's going to be a bit more challenging on all sorts of levels. Like my ability to say placebo and not placebo, like that's going to be super challenging. asking you like about atoms and physics, and
We'll learn together.
it's going to be tough, but I am very excited about it. So
Listen, Becca's graduating in a couple weeks. She can look this stuff up for us.
yeah, she could look it up as we
You'll be
go.
fine, Becca. You're going to be our science teacher now.
Yeah.
To the end of your internship, you now teach us about atoms.
There you go. And ATOMS, not like
Not
atom.
like a boy atom.
Yeah.
We don't want to know what you
Hey,
what you do.
Side
It's
note, I thought of this thinking about Blink 182. It's 182, right? Not 184. It's 182.
No, Sum 41 is what you're thinking of.
Jesus, I can't stand the numbers.
Matchbox 20.
Matchbox 40. I don't know. It
311.
Don't give me the numbers. UB50. I don't know.
Shut up.
Anyway, so Blink 182, the reason I'm reminded is because we said, this is how fucked up my brain is. We said Adam, it's ADAM, and it reminded me of Adam's Song, which is a Blink 182 song. And Becca, it is also one of my favorites. So anyway, there is a memoir coming out from the lead singer of Blink 182 that I'm interested. He had cancer and went through some really crazy shit in addition to being in a rock and roll band in the 90s. Is that what it's called? Rock and roll band? I feel like
Sure, they're punk. They're like the beginning of punk.
There we go.
Not the beginning, but they're like an extension of the real punk that existed in the 70s.
And I saw him interviewed on Good Morning America.
Why do you watch the news?
Because there's shit like this on it. And I was fascinated. And his hair was all fucking wacky and awesome, and I loved it. And anyway, so I feel like I'm going to pick up that book and read that too. Because
you know they're coming in concert this summer to Washington, Pennsylvania.
Are they?
Yeah, there's a music festival in Washington. Jimmy Eat World. Do you remember? They're from Mesa.
Becca, are we going to go? I feel like you should look this up, and we should make plans to go.
I have tickets.
What the fuck?
I didn't think anyone else would want to go with me.
What?
David's going.
Becca, let's make plans. Fuck her.
I'm only going on Saturday.
It's multiple days?
I'm only going on Saturday. Yeah.
All
I know.
What is the date? What's the date?
I don't have any idea. It's some festival. I'll send you. David sent me the link. I probably just gave somebody is probably scamming me, and I probably just gave my money to somebody in Indonesia who put together
we're going off again.
All the bands I like, and we're like, hey, there's a festival. It's right by you. What are the odds?
The Fire Festival is happening again. Have you guys heard this? Yeah.
I think I bought tickets to it. It's going to be in Washington, PA.
And it's the same dude running it, like the same dude who's in jail. Dude. And from what this was in passing, I heard on the news that, again, there are signs that it's not actually going to happen. Like, it's literally the same thing is happening. How? I don't... Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we learn history. This is why we need to know that things have happened bad in the past, right? So we don't do them again. I know some people are opposed to it, but really, it saves us all in the long run. I really want to talk to these stupid fucks that bought tickets to the second Fire Festival that will not fucking happen.
It's the Four Chord Music Festival. So that's real. It's real. It's in the paper.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It's in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Do you remember the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette?
Oh, that's a fancy one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. We're going to have to make plans to go to that. So I've gone off on 1,000 different things. Yeah. So we're going to start a new book next week. And chapter 1 is a bit long. I'm looking at them because I don't know if you could see. I've marked all the chapters off, because I do better when I can visually see how many pages there are to read.
You're almost done. You're almost done, reader
Literally.
baby.
I think maybe we talk about the first chapter next week.
Yes, I'm in. Oh, You know who else is going to be at the Four Chord Music Festival?
Who?
Stacy's Mom. What's the name of that band?
I love Stacy's Mom.
It's not Bowling for Soup. That's a different band.
Ooh.
Or maybe it's Bowling for Soup, and I thought that they sang Stacy's Mom.
When you say, hold on, Alexa, who sings Stacy's song? Stacy's mom.
Michael Pollock and John Bellion sang Stacy by Queen 92.
No, that's wrong. Alexa, who sang Stacy's mom?
It's not
The song
Bowling for
Stacey's
Soup.
Mom was sung by Fountains of Wayne.
Fountains of Wayne.
It's Bowling for Soup that's coming though.
You could have
And you know-
literally told me, I will give you $1 billion if you could tell me who sang Stacy's Mom. And there is nothing. There is no, I wouldn't have even, no. Fountains of
No?
Wayne? I don't even know this. You could tell me Fountains of Wayne and I'd be like, you're full of shit. Because I don't even know.
Rebecca the intern knew. And she didn't
did.
even grow up then.
She's
She's there.
fucking cooler,
Bowling for Soup. Do you know what Bowling for Soup sings?
No.
They sing this theme song to Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, yay. Yeah, I like that.
So
That's
maybe
all I
they'll
need to
play
know.
that. And
That's
they
all I
also
need to
sing
know.
1985, like Bruce Springsteen, Madonna,
Oh,
way
yeah.
before Nirvana.
I
Fur,
like,
fur, fur.
okay.
Oh
Yeah,
God, I'm
definitely.
singing on that episode. We're going to release to other people.
I'm going to have to, yeah, we're definitely going to have to go to that.
I'm
So,
excited.
I think of Fountains of Wayne, and I think of Calvin and Hobbes, the little kid from the Calvin. Is
Mhm,
Calvin the
mhm.
kid? And Hobbes is the
Yes,
kitty?
Hobbs is the tiger. He's not
Okay.
a kitty, he's a tiger.
So when you say Fountains of Wayne, I don't know why. I feel like their logo should be that little kid like peeing in a puddle into a fountain.
Into a fountain. Yeah. Yeah. you
Okay,
could do
and the
that.
last thing that we need to talk about today is we have been doing our releases on Thursdays up until the last few. Okay, it's been a little bit dicey there the last few weeks. So we will be changing that. So if you're one of the ones
Oh,
that we've been
boners.
disappointing on Thursdays,
Get ready.
we are going to be dropping new episodes on Mondays now. I have decided that I do a lot of napping and TV watching on Sunday. So it's probably a good time for me to get shit done so we could get things released on Mondays.
Love it. I'm here for it.
Okay.
Amen.
I
It's going
have,
to make my life easier because then I can start forgetting about the episode on Thursday. And when
Yeah.
it gets to be Sunday, be like,
Then you could worry about it on Sunday, which
Oh,
is a
no.
whole day. That's way easier to worry about it, I feel like. So
yeah, it'll
that's-
relieve a lot of anxiety. Maybe I won't need to take those meds after all. I'll talk to the psychiatrist and see if that's really what's doing it.
Yeah, you should. You should. It has nothing
I'm
to do with
fine.
work. Okay. Is there anything else? I think we have covered all of the insanity. And I said, I think it'll be a short episode. And here we are at 58
we were
minutes.
wrong. We were wrong. But
Or
you guys got a
57.
good gaster story of the week. If you can imagine like a 70s Nita with a wig dragging us through the parking lot at a Southland Shopping Center
Yeah.
into the Olan Mills.
Yeah.
And me asking questions about The Hobbit and probably trying to read while they were taking my picture.
And I was probably biting you.
Obviously, you were
That's what
being
I
some sort of
did.
menace.
Did mommy wear a wig? you
Yeah,
say-
and I didn't know, but she kept it in the bathroom under the sink. And I don't know, because you're little and I'm bored, I was digging through there and I thought it was a mouse. And I pulled it out and I was like, what the hell is this?
She did not wear a wig.
You ask her. You ask her. Also, I forgot to show you guys what I
Again,
did
let me see the new
yesterday.
tatty. Oh, it's pretty.
Isn't she nice?
I like it.
Becca, isn't she pretty?
I like you very much. That's fun because that's where I was going to get my next one coming up this way.
Right. Here's the thing. I have a ton of them, but I can't see most of them except for this
Yeah.
one that looks like I got it in prison. And I was like, I want one I can look at all the time.
Yeah, I have these on my. I want to get. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, Becca.
So we
Yes,
should get
working on the sleeve.
all the arms, and they're all black, and I want more. I wish they were free.
Yeah, this was a bit of an investment that I didn't realize when I made the appointment.
Yeah, that's
Because the
what
girl is
sucks.
good and she's, hey, my time is worth this much per hour. And I was like, that is a lot.
Do we manufacture the ink in the U.S.?
I'm
Or
not
is
sure.
that going to be something else that's going to?
It's probably gonna. Don't think about it too much.
damn
Don't think
it.
about it too much.
Son of
You
a
have a bit of
bitch.
privilege and you don't have to think about it. So don't.
I know. That makes
Right.
me even more sad.
It does me too. Saying
Okay.
it out loud hurts me too.
Yeah.
All right. On that
All
note,
right.
I got a new tattoo, so I'm gonna go and
Put some
I'm gonna go and
Vaseline
get
on
something
it.
to eat. Starving.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Love you. Bye.
Didn't you? Is there a catchphase you want to put at the end of these episodes?
I
thought
was
we were talking
trying.
about
We
that.
tried a few, and I just couldn't get anything.
We're not gonna.
like
We're not gonna make fetch happen, huh?
love you. Bye seems to be the one
Just
that
the way to go. Yeah.
It's good. I actually am going to put that above the door. Our door
Love
says
you.
"Love
Bye.
you." Bye.
I like that. That's cute.
Okay.
That's
Love
cute.
you. Bye.
All right, love you, bye. It's the stop button.